So we've all called something love before and then looked back and realized, yeah, that was not love. We look back at that love and it's like, man, I did not fall into love. I feel like I fell more into confusion. Confusion with a beautiful cover photo. Confusion with the Bible verse in the Instagram bio. And again, we might have asked ourselves, well, if that was really love, then why was I confused and anxious the whole time? God, help us redefine love. Welcome back to Get Outside today. My name's Dominic. This is episode 31, Love from a Guy's Perspective, Part 1. This is going to be a 5-part series diving into the book of John, defining what love is. I'm a guy, so whatever I offer will be from my perspective, but we're getting the perspective of love, the definition of love, from the definition of love, Jesus himself. Guy's perspective, he's the guy, love from a guy's perspective. Okay. I have my Duncan with me. It's an exciting day. It's been an exciting week. God has been moving, God has been present. I have launched a new community on my website called Good Days Collective. It's official, it's up, it's ready for you. It is a monthly subscription experience. It's going to have guidebooks for every single podcast episode, all the ones of the past. They're on there where you can follow along, you can journal, just taking the podcast to a deeper level. There's going to be coaching videos. I want to offer coaching through my website in this experience. So there's just going to be some motivational things, some things helping with your routine to get you locked into chasing that dream. And again, I'm still offering personalized life coaching. So if you like what you see in the Good Days Collective and you want to take it to the next level personally, you can still sign up for life coaching with me, one-on-one, personalized to you. Also in the Good Days Collective, there's going to be behind the scenes content of everything that I'm working on, things that I'm building, just an exclusive look on what it takes to manage all these things. Also, there's going to be a monthly challenge. Every single month, there's going to be a challenge for the month, whether it's active or faith, health, whatever it is. There's going to be a new challenge for every month because I just want us to be focusing on something every month, something specific, something a little deeper than we're going currently. Also, with this subscription, you will have early access to things down the road. When I drop some merch, you'll have the first access to this. If I'm running a sale on any of my photography, you'll have first access to this. So it's really just a closer, inside, more intimate look on everything Dominic Outdoors, everything faith, everything coaching, everything just going all out for life. I've put in a lot of hard work to get it launched, and now it is ready and waiting for you. All this content is with you in mind. It is all tailored for you to elevate, to keep stacking good days. It's called Good Days Collective because in the beginning, God said it was good, not perfect. We're stacking good days, 1% at a time, showing up 70% good. That's the heart behind it. Before we get deeper into this episode and into this podcast as a whole, go join Good Days Collective so that you can have the guidebooks to every single episode so that as you listen, you can be reflecting on your life. You can be filling out the journal prompts. You can see the main ideas. It's all in there for you. All the episodes are now available on my website. Join Good Days Collective. We're stacking good days. We're taking these things even deeper to level up because it is about time and you know it. Thank you so much for listening to all these episodes and watching these episodes as well. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe. Oh gosh, I don't like that. I don't like it. Oh, it's so funny. I'm still working on that. If you're watching on YouTube, let's be friends. Subscribe. Oh man. I hear it, I don't know. I feel like it's so cheesy. But seriously, it's grown so much. Thank you guys for all your support in all of it. The vlogs have been so incredibly fun. A lot of content coming out. This is just the beginning. Laying the foundation, trying to figure out what works, what we're taking with us. Catch your breath. Everyone take a deep breath. I need to take a deep breath. Oh, man. All for you. This is for you. Every single thing I do, I have you in mind. So let's do this together. And again, I'm never talking at you. I'm in this journey with you. I'm also experiencing this doubt. I'm also working through these things, trying to build my faith. Let's run this together, really. Okay, so now we are diving into this episode. We're diving into this series, Love from a Guy's Perspective. We are diving deep into this word, Love. A lot of people are just, they don't have a positive mindset on this word anymore. It's gotten kind of watered down. We've had these tough experiences from the past. What is love? Why even pursue it? Does it even matter? Is it worth it? And so we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be diving in and seeing how Jesus exampled love through his ministry, through his life, the one true perfect man. Love. In my P.O. box, I was sent a little commentary on the four Gospels, Scripture connections, the four Gospels, Jesus, the hope of the world. And so I'm just going to read a little paragraph from this section specifically. John testifies this word that was in the beginning has now swooped down to earth. He became flesh and made his temple on earth, and John has seen him. Though no one has ever seen God, Jesus was revealed to him. Moses asked to see God, and in Jesus they now have revealed God. The opening 18 verses introduce readers to most of the themes the apostle will pick up later. Life, light, darkness, sending, knowing, believing, seeing, witnessing, rebirth, truth, and glory. So to open this episode, we're going to dive straight in. Get started, read this passage, and then we will go back and talk about it, analyze it, talk about some of our experiences. Redefining love. John 1, verse 6. God sent a man, John the Baptist, to tell about the light so that everyone might believe because of his testimony. John himself was not the light. He was simply a witness to tell about the light. The one who is true light, who gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. He came to his own people, and even they rejected him. But to all who believed in him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. They are reborn, not with a physical birth resulting from human passion or plan, but a birth that comes from God. So the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. And we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. John testifies about him when he shouted at the crowds, "This is the one I was talking about when I said, 'Someone is coming after me who is far greater than I am, for he existed long before me.'" From his abundance we have all received one gracious blessing after another. For the law was given through Moses, but God's unfailing love and faithfulness came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, but the unique one who is himself God is near to the Father's heart. He has revealed God to us. God, thank you for this definition of love. Thank you for sending someone down to earth so that we could try to understand you. We could try to conceptualize this love for us. The only way was through another human being that we could see and hear and read stories about. So God, thank you. Thank you for Jesus. God, help us redefine this word love. Help us heal from our past experiences with love as we read through this. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. So we've all called something love before and then looked back and realized, yeah, that was not love. We look back at that love and it's like, man, I did not fall into love. I feel like I fell more into confusion. Confusion with a beautiful cover photo. Confusion with the Bible verse in the Instagram bio. And again, we might have asked ourselves, well, if that was really love, then why was I confused and anxious the whole time? God, help us redefine love. So before we get into anything else, I want you to think about this word love in your past, whether it's through relationships, through family dynamics. How have other people maybe defined this word for you? How do you view it? Is it something that excites you, something that scares you, something that you don't want anything to do with right now? I know that one person just popped in your head and you're just like, Dominic, why are we going there? But I think it's just so important. redefining this, because this is what Jesus came to do. This is what we are called to do, is to love. I want you to invite God into this word. I know God is like, hey, let's talk about this situation. Let's talk about this past. Let's talk about your current feelings. And you're probably on the other side of this, like, respectfully, Dominic, no. God, stop. I don't want to address this hurt. I don't want to address this confusion, this anxiety of the past, but it's time. Listen, you saw the title of this episode and you're giving it a listen, so I'm proud of you for getting this far. Hopefully you continue to the end of this episode and this series. It's going to be good. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's time to redefine it because it's a beautiful thing. So right now, just ask God, where have I misunderstood love? Where have I gone astray? Where have I been led to somewhere that wasn't actually love, but it was called love? God, help redefine these labels of love. We're only a few minutes in, and I feel like we're all already convicted. Warning lights are just going off. But here we are. I'm here to challenge. Get Outside Today is here to challenge. Good Days Collective is here to challenge. So let's try to define this word love. We're going to first start with the world's definition, the world's perspective on love. And when you ask the world what love is, you might hear things like love is a feeling, it's chemistry, it's finding the right person, it's being accepted. The world a lot of times says love is this feeling, which is weird because these feelings had me loving someone who couldn't communicate, who couldn't fight for this love, who wasn't an example of the fruits of the Spirit, which we'll get into later. Feelings have probably led us astray in the past. So I went to Urban Dictionary to look up the definition of love, and this was a top definition. And honestly, it's not too bad. People confuse love with want. When you fall in love with someone, you actually fall in want. That feeling is not love. Love is not physical attraction. This is want. There is no love at first sight because love doesn't need sight to love somebody. Love doesn't care how you look like. Love doesn't try to control you. Love sets you free. Love is best described when you care for a child or a pet. Love doesn't ask for anything back. You don't need to be loved back. You just love and it's unilateral. Want instead needs and takes from you. Want wants you to give back what is given to you. Want is possessive. Want is centered on the ego, so it is egotistical. Love is beyond the ego. There is no ego when you love. For a Urban Dictionary definition, honestly, really good. Love is beyond the ego. There is no ego when you love. Man. Also, we're really out here trusting social media quotes and definitions by someone who probably just got ghosted, someone who just fell short in their relationship. Listen, no one on this earth is perfect. So we want to find this perfect definition of love because all of these, I also asked Google AI about their definition of love. Love is a complex, multifaceted blend of emotions, behaviors, and biological drives characterized by deep affection, intimacy, and commitment. It serves as a strong, often enduring bond, commonly manifesting as passionate romantic attachment, companionship, or nurturing care. It is widely considered an intentional, active choice to care for another's well-being rather than just a feeling. And lastly, I'm going to ask ChatGPT its definition of love. What is the definition of love?
Love is one of those profound concepts that people have tried to define across cultures, faiths, and experiences. At its core, it's a deep affection or care for someone or something. But it's not just a feeling. Real love often involves action. Things like patience, sacrifice, and putting others' well-being ahead of your own. It can be romantic, but also familial, friendly, or even altruistic towards strangers. Ultimately, it's a choice to value and care deeply for someone else's growth, joy, or well-being.
Okay, so you can find some decent answers in this world about what love is. It being more than a feeling, it being a commitment. So I asked ChatGPT what love is without Jesus. Again, trying to find this worldly definition of what love is without him, right? So without Jesus, love slowly turns into something else. A feeling. I feel good about us. Okay, what about when you're annoyed? when you're mad at them, when they do something that you didn't necessarily like. It's conditional. I'll love you if you treat me right, you meet my needs, you don't hurt me, or until you inconvenience me. Love without Jesus is self-centered. What I get out of it. Self-centered love is basically, I love you as long as you keep validating me. Love without Jesus is temporary, based on seasons and circumstances. Temporary love is strong until one minor conflict and suddenly we're not aligned anymore. Whoa. So, what we call love is often just want, attachment, or comfort without Jesus. So now let's dive into the Bible's definition of love. With Jesus, 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Did we hear any of those words, any of that definition from the world, from AI? No. And so that's the piece that we're missing, is this definition. And that's a difficult definition. That's one that cuts straight to it. It's not cute, and it's not what we want to hear all the time. But it's something that is real and foundational and that lasts. It's so beautiful until we realize that we actually don't naturally do a lot of these things. It's a lot easier to actually do the opposite of every single one of those things. No, I want to keep receipts on all the things that you wronged me. I don't always want to be kind. I don't always want to be patient. It's a lot easier just to be frustrated and kick rocks. And it endures through every circumstance. Through every circumstance, high or low. When it's so much easier to quit, it endures. Love keeps no record of wrongs. Yet, we have timestamps from 2017 with receipts, dates, times, locations, coordinates. God help us. Help us redefine this love. So here's the difference. Without Jesus, love sounds like I love you because. With Jesus, love becomes I love you even if. We love people for what they do. Jesus loves them in spite of what they do. Our love says earn it. Jesus' love says I already chose you. Thinking about a lot of past relationships, a lot of love that I've experienced, it has been very conditional. Yet we're calling it this deep, intimate love. Yet we're talking about marriage. Yet we're talking about living the rest of our lives together. When there's patterns of conditional love. There's none of 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 type of love. Yet she was sent from heaven, an angel. Jesus did not only talk about love, he lived it. And we're going to see this pattern again and again through his story, through John. Jesus pursued people. He told the truth even when it was so uncomfortable. And he was never desperate for approval. He served and he sacrificed in the most perfect, beautiful ways. God, help us live more like Jesus. Help us find examples of how we can become more like Jesus. Expose in us what is falling short of Jesus. With Jesus, love becomes anchored instead of reactive. Who's been in a reactive love type of relationship? Exhausting, walking on eggshells, feeling like you can't speak up, share your opinion, share your ideas, set boundaries, say no, because it's a reactive love. Sacrificial love becomes transactional. I did this for you, so now I expect you to, do something for me. I did that for you, so, keeping records, keeping accounts, keeping receipts. Comparison. Again, comparison in your own relationship, in your own loving relationship. With Jesus, love becomes consistent instead of conditional. consistent through the highs and lows, not conditional when it's cold, not conditional when you're struggling with your confidence, when you're sick, when you fall short, when you mess up. It's consistent. Jesus didn't need attention, validation, or situationships to feel secure. He was never dependent on anyone else to be himself, to stand on his word, to show up. He just needed God. Jesus loved without controlling people. I think a lot of people view Jesus and Christianity as so controlling, but time and time again, Jesus just showed up and loved and spoke truth over people, calling them higher. Do you want to be healed? That's meeting him there. He went out and reached the least reached, the outsiders, the untouchables, never trying to control them, just meeting them where they're at. Meanwhile, we say, I love you, and then we try to control everything. We try to control the whole relationship. We try to have everything be perfect. We try to have them meet our needs and fit into our life, and we're not willing to step out. We're not willing to be uncomfortable and champion them and who they are and their purpose and their dreams. We become so self-centered in our love. So there's this phrase in culture right now, love is love. If everything is love, then nothing just means anything. It takes the definition away from love. I believe that the intention behind it is good. It's trying to be accepting of everyone. But at some point, love is love becomes, I just don't want to be told I'm wrong. I feel like it's a way to justify certain behaviors, certain life decisions that you're walking in that you probably know are wrong. So here's the problem. If everything is labeled as love, then the word love actually loses its meaning altogether. And Jesus pushes back on this. He actually takes love more seriously. He gives it even more meaning. Because real love, according to God, aligns with truth. It's not just a feeling. It aligns with truth, as we saw in 1 Corinthians. In verse 6, we read, love does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. So that means not everything we feel is love. Not everything we call love is love. Love is actually tied to what is good and true. Not everything that we feel so intensely about is love. Some of what we call love is just the fear of being alone. Feelings can be real, so real, but they can also be wrong. So either you define love or Jesus does. There's really no in between here. We love being in control of love until it blows up in our face again and again and again. And then it gets redefined and it gets watered down and it gets hurtful. Letting Jesus define love, yeah, it sounds good until it calls you out. As this episode and this series will do. Because it's time to be called out on this. I'm speaking to myself. It's time to be called out on this. Love is love says I define love. God says Jesus defines love. So in John 1, verse 14, it says, so the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. Unfailing love. I want you to write these things down. Unfailing love looks like steady when you're inconsistent, present when you pull away, faithful when you're faithless, patient when growth is slow, committed even when it's costly. And then that's when faithfulness comes in. Write these down too. Faithfulness is keeping your word when it's easier not to, staying when feelings fade, showing up when no one sees it, trusting God even when you don't understand what he's doing. Feelings say, I'll stay as long as it feels right. Faithfulness says, I'll stay because I said I would. Unfailing love doesn't just quit because it's inconvenient. Faithfulness isn't always exciting, but it's what builds something real, something that lasts. Most people, almost everyone, want consistency, but don't realize that consistency requires discipline. So this week, I want you to start reading John with us. And I want you to sit on this term, on this word, on this definition, on your experiences of love. Find out what your definitions are, how you feel about it, and really dive into it. I know it might hurt to bring back those experiences of your past, but it's time to heal. It's time to remove that guilt and shame from the past. I know this word can be hurtful. I know it has been for a lot of us, but Jesus wants to redefine it. Start noticing counterfeit patterns of love in your life. Just be aware of these definitions of love from the world. This is where it gets real. When you actually start looking at your past patterns, your current patterns, and the ways that you want to change moving forward. It's easy to say that I want better, but it's hard to admit where you went wrong in the past. It's hard to admit what you've been choosing as this counterfeit love. This growth in this word love will start to change. It'll start to be redefined when you stop blaming the things of your past. It's time to take ownership. Enough blaming other people. Because listen, yeah, things might have happened to you, but you were also at fault and to blame for probably letting those things happen, being involved in those things, being roped into, being tied into, being sucked into this love is love, this world definition of love. But it's time to take on this real, clean-cut, difficult definition of love. The world expands LOVE, love, until it means nothing. But Jesus has redefined it for us so that it actually means something. Something so beautiful. Love isn't confusing when it's defined, it's confusing when it's not. This series, we're going to really try to define this love for you, for me, so that moving forward in future relationships, when we see signs of this counterfeit love, I'm out. Red flag, I'm done. Because we want healthy relationships. We want faithfulness, unfailing love. We don't need more opinions on love. We need standards. Bringing standards back into relationships. Jesus defines love to give it meaning. God, thank you. Thank you for Jesus in this definition of love. Thank you that we have a manual, a dictionary on love. Or if we're confused about a certain relationship that we're in or that we had or we're pursuing, here it is, clean cut. Does it match up with this definition? Does it match up with 1 Corinthians 13? There you go, pretty black and white. If you needed help, I'm so excited for this series. In our next episode, we're going to dive into John 4 and the woman at the well. We're getting into why you keep choosing the wrong type of love. And if you've ever said, why does this keep happening to me again and again and again? Yeah, we're going there. We're addressing it. We want to heal this past. We're talking patterns, not just people. Guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Get Outside today. This series is exciting. I cannot wait to redefine this love for myself, for you. If you're still listening and made it through this whole episode without the guidebook, you're missing out. Go join the Good Days Collective on my website, www.dominikoutdoors.com/collective. Every guidebook for every episode is available. And for future episodes, it's just going to keep building. So you might as well join now. Get in now. Have early access to all sorts of content, behind the scenes, monthly challenges, coaching videos to help you level up in your day-to-day life. Again, I'm not in this for content. I'm in this for you. Because you are so worth the 1% each and every day. And as every day, get outside today. Come on. So good, dude. Love. Ho, ho, ho. No, for real. Good Days Collective. Super exciting. 10K on TikTok. I want to drop some merch. And you guys, if you join Good Days Collective, you're going to be the first ones to get it. I'm only going to have like, what's small, medium, large, extra large. 1, 2, 3, 4 times like 4, like 16 shirts available. So when that drop comes, basically the people in the Good Days Collective are going to be the only ones that get it. I'm at 8,236. So coming soon, when I hit 10K on there, all early access, everything will be available for that community. And then it will go to the general public. So you don't want to miss out. Trust me. There's going to be some good stuff on there. I promise you, I'm going to work really hard. That's going to be one of the main focuses along with the podcast. because I want to carry the collective with me wherever I go. The big dream is to travel and speak. So that comes with me as I go, right? Continue to make content. And then the next opportunity beyond that is the personalized coaching 1v1. So in the Good Days Collective membership, there's already content right now waiting for you. Behind the scenes, coaching videos, all the guidebooks. $9 a month. $9, that's it. You get access to everything. $9 a month. I want to make it accessible for you because everything has you in mind. Anything else? I think that's it. Okay. I hope you got outside today.